Hello, and welcome to the Spirit Tribe Tea Talk Show. We are so glad you are here. I am one of your co-hosts, Frankie. We have Danelle, Natalie, Shannon, and Kendra is on a Norwegian cruise and was just here, so I'm sure she'll be right back. However, we are so excited you're here today. We are going to talk about Starseeds. Have you ever felt like you really don't belong, or maybe you feel like this isn't comfortable to you here? And we're going to talk about, and I'm getting goosebumps, aliens and UFOs and everything extraterrestrial. You can see our little antennas here. So we are joining you here from planet Earth today. So we may take a little journey and go from here. Hello, Wendy. So we are going to welcome you to throw comments and questions in as we explore these topics about aliens and starseeds. So be sure to add those in. We may answer them a little bit later than right when you ask, but don't worry. We see your questions and comments, and we're so excited that you're interacting with us. So we want to hear what your comments are about these fun topics. So let's see. Welcome, Moira. Moira says hello. Wendy says hello. I'm going to give Miss Kendra just a minute to join us back. So anything exciting happened to you ladies this week? Anything unusual? I know Shannon's babysitting a friend, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Tango's there. Okay. Well, all right. So.
And Kendra was just here. I don't know what happened to her.
I know.
She was just right before we started.
Yes.
Tango want to say hi?
Does Tango is snoring. He's over here sawing logs. Doing good.
Well, good. Very relaxed.
Yes. So Angel Too Many says she loves the hair accessories. So if you can tell, we're trying to add into the little, aura of being there.
And I'm being the rebel. However, I am dressed in the color of my avatar in the upper right-hand corner up there in green.
Yes. I don't know that I can make it bigger, but if you can see our avatar, we are hot, sexy alien chicks. So
go to our Facebook page if you want to see us.
See it. Yeah, we have it on the Facebook.
Hey Frankie, I think you're channeling your bucket list cruises. You want to go to Norwegian, take a Norwegian cruise?
I do.
She's on an Alaskan cruise.
Oh, Alaskan cruise.
Yes, okay. She's on an Alaskan. Mm-hmm. Remember, she's in Juneau.
Okay.
I thought she was in Alaska.
Where am I?
Cold and it's still north. It's fine.
Right. Unless she was abducted and now she's.
You're right. You're right.
She'll show up.
I don't know why I thought I saw Norwegian on the boat or something she sent us a picture of, but I want to host a retreat. I heard Carnival Cruises does retreats, so that's something I'm going to definitely be looking at. Wendy's like, wait, we didn't really tell you where she went to, Wendy, right?
I don't know what happened. She was just here. Yeah.
Moira said she forgot her Andorian alien antennas. Oh, I would love to see that.
No.
So, I heard that in Roswell, I have a friend, I think Angel, who was on our show, went to like the Roswell convention to like the alien convention. So I think it would be really cool to go like to one of those, like a Comic-Con where everybody's dressed up. And I was saying, I hope anyone had a costume or a mask we could have put on. That would have been like really too funny.
Holland American has an Alaska cruise. Okay.
And of course, she's on a princess cruise.
Okay. She's the princess on the princess cruise. All right. Well, we're going to start.
Yes.
She jumped on. We'll get her back on when she comes on. I don't know. Cruise ships and the internet, it can be really dicey. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing we want to start with our astrological forecast. So Miss Shannon, I love when Miss Shannon does the astrological forecast. So tell us what we need to know, Miss Shannon, let me get you in the middle here. This astrological forecast. What's going on?
Been all over the place. Well, there's a lot going on. Okay. And I actually love it when Danelle and Kendra did it as well. So I have a hard steps or shoes to fill. Anyway, let's just real quick talk about the planets that you're going to see with the naked eye this month, unless you're one of those cool people that has a telescope. Kudos to you. But you'll see Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, and Mars. Okay. Venus will be the brightest in the evening. Jupiter is the second brightest. Okay. And then in the western horizon, Mercury would be kind of low on the horizon, and Mars in the early hours of the morning look toward the eastern horizon. Okay. So wherever you're at, if whatever time frame you get out there and look and you want to look, then that's where you can see that. I do want to, before I really get started on what the themes of the month are, I want to let you know, remember, it's going to be from where you're at in the story that you are rewriting for yourself, because it's all about self-development, right? Rewriting our story and letting go of limiting beliefs. So sometimes we're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's been there before. Okay, that's been there before too. Didn't do anything for me. Well, now it might be the time that it's ready to do something for you. So just be kind with yourself again. And remember, what resonates at the moment is going to resonate. What doesn't is not. And it doesn't mean anything's wrong with you. But for June, we are looking at clarity, warmth, and momentum. So hang on and make sure you have your running shoes and some good shorts with you. Okay. So a little bit of historical time frame. In the new moon in Gemini was on June 5th. Okay. That was an opportunity for a mental reset, new narratives. So if you were trying to figure out things, I'm going to look at it and have you picture a book, new chapters. You decided, okay, I had a mental block. I'm wanting to write this book. This was the time frame that you might have gotten the clarity on the name of the chapter that you were going to start, or the writer's block in the chapter you already midway through cleared for you. Okay. On June 9th, you had the courage, the visibility, and the creative fire. So you might have actually been like, okay, people, get out of my way and do not interrupt me while I am concentrating or in my creative muse. Okay. So that gave you that extra boost. It gave you the confidence to be creative. It gave you the confidence to maybe say something that you may not have decided to say before, and voice. Because once we voice it, okay, we add a little bit of extra energy to whatever it is that we're thinking about doing. So keep that in mind. It was also a time frame for healthy ego expression. And sometimes we're always trying to make sure we keep our ego in check. But it was actually a time that you probably were able to express a little bit more healthy within your boundaries and not sound like you were just totally so self-absorbed that people wanted to just turn the other way. Now we're going to get into what's coming up. So June 17th, Mercury enters Cancer. Okay. Yay. Communication, heart-centered. So for those individuals, maybe your husbands or your significant other, bestie that you've been trying to connect with or whatever, if you've been trying to have different conversations a little bit deeper than the surface, that day might be that time frame in that week might be a little bit better for you. Okay. There's also going to be a little bit more intuitive thinking going on. So if you're feeling like you're getting downloads or, inspiration that leads you in a different direction, doesn't mean you're not supposed to do that particular project that you're looking at or endeavor that you're going to pursue. It just means that other stuff might be coming along that is going to enhance that for you. You are going to be kinder within your conversations with people. Now, I want you to kind of remember some of this stuff. And, I meant to say this at the beginning. As we're talking about June, you might want to figure out where to bookmark your dictionary, or, if you use the Urban Dictionary, because you like to be a little bit snarky, And I'll get to why in a minute. But if you, and I say snarky because that's where I find the words that the younger generation, I don't know what they mean. And I was told, look in the Urban Dictionary. So sometimes those come across as a little snarky and not necessarily bad, but you're going to want that reference tool at the end of the month. And I'll get back to that. So keep that in mind. Just put a pin in it. All right. June 17th. Also, remember I said you're starting to open up a little bit more and heart-centered. So you're being a little bit more vulnerable and so forth. You're going to want to make sure you have healthier emotional boundaries. So if you haven't quite totally set up some of those emotional boundaries to have that real deep conversation, maybe take a little bit half step or baby steps towards that, or work on setting up that boundary a little bit stronger for yourself and go for it. Okay. Now we have the full moon in Capricorn on the solstice on June 21st. Okay. Structure, responsibility, long-term alignment. Okay. I wish my spine would stay in long-term alignment, but why?
Right?
Is a reality check, but it's a productive one. All right. It's going to highlight what's working and what's draining. I'm going to repeat that. It's going to highlight what's working and what's draining. So for those of you that have been on the fence about what you should do in a certain, maybe you're thinking about a career change, or you're thinking about adding something else, or you're thinking about going up the ladder, or maybe letting some stuff go. You have to do that checks and balances. What's working, what's draining. I would keep the what's working, but we also have to sometimes shift our perspective, because sometimes we need some things to drain out for things to work. And just because something's draining doesn't mean that's a bad thing. Okay. So just a thought there. Releasing outdated responsibilities. Okay. This is a good time too, when we're talking about how, especially if you're like in a new relationship, and I'm not discounting long-term relationships either. This will work for that as well. But when you're looking at, I'm feeling compelled to talk about this. When you're looking at new relationships or putting yourself out there, releasing outdated responsibilities and what you brought to the table, how you felt that you needed to show up in a relationship and offer and do. And maybe you don't need to do those things. Maybe you need to shift what you feel that you need to do when you come to the table, how you are going to show up and be consistently responsible with that person, and to be able to let go of past I don't want to say habits, but triggers. Yes. Thank you, Frankie. That no longer serve you. Okay. So that would be good. Now, for those of you that already are good at goal setting, I applaud you. Okay. Give yourself a pat on the back. Maybe I would hate to say that you're going to get a boost on the goal setting, but it's going to be aligned goal setting. So for me, I'm looking at this is going to be finally where I'm going to have a little bit of extra boost in being able to set better goals. Okay. So in that regard, take that for what it's worth. If you're terrible at goal setting, the 21st, you're going to have that little extra boost to bring it in and get yourself. Again, you want to make sure your boundaries are there. Okay. Now, June 20th and 22nd is the solstice portal. Okay. It's a turning point. It's going to provide illumination, and it's a seasonal shift. We all know it's a seasonal shift, but we don't think about it as far as our energy. We think about it as, okay, the seasons, like in the weather, right? But think about it in your energy. All right. Now, on this one, it's a seasonal energetic reset. It's a time for you to really look at your practices around meditation, your practices around what you may do with your, if you have altars, and some people don't call them altars, so whatever that is for you, where you pray or things of that sort, activating your higher spiritual bodies, your light bodies, is going to be big during this time frame in that shift. It's a spotlight of truth moment. When you're letting go of things that no longer serve you, you need to also say that for yourself, for your light bodies as well, all of them. Okay, so keep that in mind. Excuse me, didn't mean to burp. Okay, now, so I was like, let me make sure I got everything I wanted to say. So as I'm getting ready to bring it to a close, I just want to remind you of what I was talking about. June carries transitional clarifying energy. Okay, it's going to give you that mental refresh, the emotional attunement, and it's going to give you renewed direction. Now, take the time for intentional forward movement. Forward movement for you, not forward movement based on, oh, my bestie took this giant step, so I need to take a giant step. No, you might need to take a small one for you. All right. Listen to your inner voice. And this is also a time, and if it's speaking to you to simplify, reorganize, or reconnect, then you need to do that in whatever order for you that's going to work. Now, let me get to my other notes here. I want to tell you, bear with me just for a second. This is where I said, hang on to your underwear. And
hanging on there, Shannon. We're hanging on to our underwear.
Give me a second. I got to get to bear with me. I have my notes here. I moved them.
I put my big girl panties on. So
that's right.
Put your big girl panties on. Let me get to my page. Because Mercury, you gotta love Mercury, goes into retrograde at the end of the month. So when we're going into that,
again.
Okay.
Yes.
So remember, I said, find folks. Because words can really cut, and they can really cut deep, okay? So when you're communicating, Mercury is the planet associated with communication. So when it's going retrograde, it's asking you to look inward. It's asking you to reflect. But sometimes that brings out the not so kind part of ourselves. Right? Because we're like, oh God, all right, Mercury's in retrograde. Don't blame that when you're chewing somebody out. Get out your book and figure out a kinder word to say what you really want to say. But be kind with your words. Communication is key. But at the end of the month, you get an opportunity to figure out how to better align yourself, how to better speak to individuals, and just be a better individual. It also invites you to clear the entire stage. So whichever part of the stage that you are working on, that's what you want to take with you. Okay. I hope that helps you get through the month. And I know it's going to help me.
Me too.
I love it. Happy journaling. Okay. Yes. How long did it? Oh,
and
sweet.
Clearing out.
I wanted to stay as close to under 20. Well, that's pretty close.
22.
Okay.
22 minutes. Yes, Kendra's like, yep.
Yeah.
So
that's the bar. 22 minutes.
Yeah, we got Kendra on. Kendra, we can't get camera because she's on an Alaskan cruise, but we do have her here in voice.
We can hear her. Yeah.
Yes.
Hello,
what did Moira say? So don't say F instead.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now,
Moira.
see, we're going to use some restraint. That's
You're on
good.
to something.
Yes.
Okay, so as we continue on with the show, I just want to tell you, if you haven't subscribed, we are 30 people away from being 300 subscribers on our YouTube show. So we would love for you to subscribe. If you can grab 30 friends, have them subscribe. We would really like to hit that number of 300 subscribers. So subscribe, ring all the bells. If you haven't checked out our app on A Little Bit of Kindness, we have all kinds of videos from practitioners nationwide. It's a global app. It's free to download on your phone from Apple or Google. A Little Bit of Kindness with the little purple tree of life. You'll get to see all of us in action doing videos. It's about metaphysical, spiritual, and mini trainings, mini workshops, healing. It's a wellness app. So please check that out and support. We are going to go now to Natalie, and she's going to do our card reading before we go into the topic about aliens and Starseeds.
No card,
Hey,
right?
Can I interrupt first?
It's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So I just wanted to clarify, especially for our listeners, Frankie, who may not know how to join the YouTube channel. It is A Little Bit of Kindness is on the YouTube channel, correct? So if you just search on YouTube, A Little Bit of Kindness, you'll the purple one with the tree is the one you want to subscribe to.
Yep. So join it. You'll see our shows on there. So definitely check it out. So and so much more as we interview practitioners. Stuff.
Yeah,
so.
and we're on the app as well. The show is on the app. So you can see us there too. But this live, you go to YouTube, and sometimes it does it on Facebook, but mostly it's YouTube live. So, yeah.
So check it out. Okay. Kendra, tell us really quick, where are you?
So we just exited the Glacier Bay National Park, which is phenomenal with the icebergs, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And it's cold, which is such a nice difference, honestly, to the 90 and 100 degrees. I'm really enjoying it. I got my sweatshirt on and my big, thick socks.
Is it raining?
Yeah. So, no, actually, we have had the nicest weather. It's surprisingly sunny. So we got to Juneau. It was supposed to rain and be cloudy. The skies cleared and the sun shone. And then
how's the
we
midnight
got
sun?
to Skagway. You know what? It's only up until 10:40, I think, right now. So we're still good because we're so far south that we still get some nighttime. I think it sets at 10:40 and comes up at 4:01 a.m. this morning. So
you can tell Natalie used to live there because she keeps asking the right questions.
Yes. I just missed it so much.
Where did you live at?
It's cold enough to freeze your antennas off.
No, we're Kendra. I live way in the middle, inside in Fairbanks.
You lived in Fairbanks? Yeah, my son lived there for a while too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it's been absolutely beautiful. And just for our listeners, I was on the show, everything was going fine, and as soon as we went live, I got kicked off.
It was off. Yeah.
I don't know. It's letting me on without video, so it's good. Okay. You just can't see my alien antenna, so that's.
I know. It was cute too. It was sparkly.
Yeah, you'll have to send us.
It was princess looking.
It was princess.
Yes, princess looking. Of course it is.
Princess alien for us. So
yeah.
All right. Well, Natalie, you ready to do the card of the day? What do we need to know?
I can do a card if I need to. I have the stone today, but do I need to do a card?
Who's doing the card? Danelle?
I do the card. She does the stone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
I got my cards just in case.
Frankie's dyslexic today.
That's okay.
You know what? The stone is good for that too.
Oh, good. Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm gonna get you up there yet, and then we'll get you in the center.
You want me to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you do the reading. So.
Okay. Let me get my cards. Let me do my. I'm gonna do the Akashic Records. It's Oracle. It's an Oracle deck.
Yes.
So let me grab the deck. Okay. Oh, one fell out, so I'm going to put that aside. And this one, there's not, I mean, the pictures on these are very minimal, so I'm going to read, but this is teacher mentor is what the card is. Teacher mentor. Can you guys see that?
Oh, that's a neat card.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
an idea.
I'm going to read that. One fell out, and I'll look at that one here in a second. But teacher mentor, it's time to speak your truth and express yourself with words of love and wisdom.
Oh,
So bring forward the gifts of truth and trust and surround yourself with the blue lights. So someone may need to either start teaching and being a mentor, or it's time to find yours. If you're in that spot where you're wanting to heal and get some clarity and learn, this is your sign to say, all right, it's time to go find my mentor. I'm ready. So that's what that means to me. And the other one oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. This is what fell out. Tribe and soul group.
Oh my
Oh, nice.
perfect.
That is self-explanatory. Find your
Yes.
tribe, I'm sure. So yeah, this one is about finding your tribe. All right. So
And Shannon just said about picking your words too. For
picking
the other
your
one.
words, right. So in the Akashic records, we search to find where we came from and where we're working from with others. So that's part of the Akashic records. But find your soul group. It's time to find your tribe. Find the wisdom. Your soul group has great wisdom for you, so pay attention. Is this card for me or what? Hopefully this connects with all of you. So call forward your personal soul tribe, your group, your connection for assistance at this time. You are not alone. Your tribe and your soul group are also seeking you. So it's the same for this teacher mentor. That may be part of your soul group. That's how we all connected. So if you're wanting to find your tribe group or whatever, and it's from a past life or whatever, your Akashic records are going to bring it forward. So it's time. It's time.
Or
those are
join
great cards. Or join ours.
Join our tribe group. That's what we're trying to do.
Especially with
They
the
are
app.
great
That
cards.
was the purpose of the app, was we really wanted people to come and learn and actually share and experience all kinds of different modalities, because I want to learn too. So yeah, those are great cards.
I love it. Love it. Okay. Thank you, Danelle.
Mhm.
Perfect. Perfect. It always coincides. No coincidences, right? So
No.
okay. So our main conversation today, if you've been waiting, and we'd love to hear your feedback in the comments and we will address them later, is, are you a starseed? And I want to let you know that if you go to the website, and I put it on the banner, a little bit of kindness.org, there is a quiz on there to take and see if you are a starseed. So I put a PDF quiz up there on the homepage of the website, a little bit of kindness.org. So go there, download the quiz, take it. Remember, this is all just for entertainment purposes. We aren't aliens ourselves, so we can't speak firsthand about it, or maybe we are. But
right.
We wanted to have a discussion about starseeds and about aliens. And I don't know how much we're going to cover in this one show. We may conduct this into a second episode because there's so much to discuss. But a starseed, what is a starseed? Have you ever felt like you just don't really belong here? Have you connected maybe more with looking out at the stars? I know I've always had this feeling that from birth, like from being really young, is that I don't like to talk. It hurts my throat. And I have to really stress to talk that I feel like we should be able to talk to each other through our minds. Like that just seems so normal. And it frustrates me often that I have to use my voice and my voice hurts. And it's not the way we do things is all I can feel like it's not normal to me. And why can't I? And I remember as a little girl getting the library. I loved the library, getting little witchy books out. And I would imagine and look at stuff like I could make things move with my mind. Like I thought you're supposed to be able to move that book off the shelf to come over to you or stuff like that. Just always felt like something we should be able to do. And I would try it and I'd be like, why can't we do that? So there's these things where, are you really sensitive? Do you feel different? highly intuitive, sensitive people. So we wanted to have a roundtable discussion. We didn't get to share any of this information prior. So we're coming in with our own open views and opinions about that. And we wanted to talk about aliens, because are aliens the same as starseeds? I don't know. I think of alien abductions. That's a whole nother thing. And think about the things coming out with spaceships and that they've been seen for years. I have a lot of history that I could bring up about aliens and how long back we've been seeing them, especially the native people. So that is what we want to talk about today. So if you want to interject, add something in. I want to bring Danelle on first because I feel like she knows a lot about these starseeds, and I've been seeing a lot on social media about them. But I kind of think, like, what is a starseed versus an alien and people getting abducted in spaceships? And so tell us, Danelle, like, what you think about these starseeds.
Well, for starseeds, I started getting interested in this, I don't know, maybe back in 2008, 2000, starting around then. Just started hearing information and what type of starseeds, and just got really curious and just kind of wanted to learn a little bit more. And I know that we made these funny, cute little videos and, to make it fun. And there's a reason for that. For one, I wanted it to make it fun. We all wanted to make it fun because it's something that we want to talk about, but I don't want to minimize the importance of somebody, being a starseed or anything like that, because I know, for one, like you said before, the indigenous, the Native American tribes, this was something that they believed they would look up. They would call them star people, I think, and they would look up to the star, and they thought they were direct descendants of star people, and those stars were ancestors and star people that would help them and just their spirit. So I don't want to minimize anybody's beliefs, because I know different tribes had certain beliefs. They were more than just human origins out there. So that's one thing. But like you said, the difference between a starseed and a human is, or not a human, but a starseed and an alien. For one, an alien is not here. That's like a visitor that would come in from a different star system. A starseed is a soul that came in from a different star system as well, but now lives here. So before they aren't incarnated on Earth, they came from different star systems. So that being said, before we go out on another tangent and have a whole other show, it's still said that you still come from the same source, universe. You still have the same, some people call it God, whatever. You just have traveled to different star systems. You have different intelligence. You're just a little different. And you came here to help the Earth humanity, just to come into the collective consciousness, to be one, to basically understand there's more than just here. It's kind of like how they say about heaven, there's more than just here. So feeling different, maybe even started in childhood, like Frankie had said, or just like the love of the stars, maybe not even feeling like Earth is it's just not your home. You just, you have deep sensitivity and people made fun of you for it. Now, there's different types of starseeds, and we can all kind of go into this, but I know there's main starseeds, and then there's some that are not really known. So I know one of the ones that I was interested in at first, I want to say they're the Pleiadians, the Pleiadian starseeds. I think that's how you say it. And
Yes.
from Pleiades, and then they have like each one has certain traits. So before you start researching all these and seeing, well, I'm tall, I'm human-like, I'm beautiful, That's some of the traits. Healers, nurturers, empaths. Some of them are
I'm not
Palladians.
tall.
Yeah. Well, you're not tall, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, the Palladians, they're here to teach. I think all starseeds are. So, are there any other starseeds that you guys are aware of other than the Palladians? I have a few written.
So some of them, what I found interesting to now, so to speak on your Pleiadian,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palladian,
Their themes. So there's different themes, right? So for the Pleiadians, their themes were heart-centered, wisdom with emotional healing and compassionate, right? Their signatures were soft, intuitive, rational. They had shadow sides as well. So they came in with themes as well. So there's a lot of similarities and different things. If you were to think about how you evolve at different time frames and come in a lifetime and so forth. Okay, I went off on a different tangent there.
No,
Sorry.
you didn't. You didn't.
So,
keep going.
On another one, there's Arcturian. Okay.
Arcturian. That's right. Arcturian.
Their themes that they came in on were technology, innovation, energetic architecture. Now, the reason I bring this up is because I am studying the quantum human design. The different design types: generator, manifestor, manifesting generator, reflector, projector, okay, fit some of these themes. So like Arcturian kind of fits the same theme. And I'm not, please do not, for those that are in human design or quantum, I am not by any means indicating that you are. I'm just saying it's interesting how sometimes when we talk about history, of which my dad would be flipping over in his grave because I'd be like, Dad, it's not happening to me now. Why do I need to know? Well, because now we're looking back at history in a different form. But so there you go, Pops. Love you. But generators are, they're the doers, they're the builders, they're things like that. And manifestors, they're the innovators, they're the thinkers, they have the idea. So you see what I'm saying? I found that interesting when I was looking at some of the things. I was like, okay. You also have Syrians, the Andromedans.
Syrians, Andromedans.
Indigo children, they said too.
Yeah, Lyrians, Orions. So there's all kinds.
There is all kinds.
Is that related? Is Atlantis?
What'd you say, Kendra?
Oh. Uh-oh.
I asked what Natalie said.
Oh.
Bad
Did you
internet.
say
Can you hear me? Is Atlantis part of the Starseeds? Are they the Starseeds?
That is known to be like the Atlantis, Lemuria, and all that. There's a connection somewhere. So don't basically count that out. So it's part of the same reason they say, like with crystals, some of the crystals were left from the starseeds, from the indigenous people, to bring certain energy. I mean, look, they work on computers. Why wouldn't it work on something else? So, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think how evolved and advanced. I mean, we do believe there's aliens now. They have come out with the government about all that. So their technology is way advanced than what we have here. So, and what I've read is the starseeds, the belief is the soul came to Earth to help humanity evolve spiritually, to raise consciousness, assist during times of transitions or awakening, right? And we talk about this being a time of awakening, to bring healing, creativity, compassion, innovation, and wisdom. And many people who resonate with the idea say they always felt different from others, deeply sensitive or empathic, drawn to star space, spiritually homesick, disconnected from traditional systems, fascinated by ancient civilizations, extraterrestrial, or metaphysics, right? So if you've been attracted to that, in common traits, they say, are strong intuition, feeling like you don't fully belong here, deep empathy or emotional sensitivity, feeling called to help humanity, right? interest in spiritual healing, vivid dreams. You're attracted to crystals, Kendra,
Yeah.
astrology, energy work, feeling spiritually awakened after a trauma or a major life change, right? So not everybody who experiences trauma may feel spiritually awakened, right? They may just be in this bitter place that this is horrible and this happened, right? But if you can take that pain and turn it into a purpose, like that's why they say that the Starseeds are here. And I feel like they say a lot that a lot more healers have come in general recently because of the state of what's going on, right, with the earth and everything and what's going on in our society. So,
well, to get people ready and to get people ready, we're here to teach and people ready for the aliens when they come.
There's also the theory floating out there that, when you think about alien, it's somebody that doesn't belong in the area that you are in, right? Well, according for the indigenous people, we did not belong in the area they were in.
True.
What's to say we are not the alien? So there is that theory floating out there. I'm just giving that part as a general. It goes a lot deeper if you watch some of the shows from the metaphysicians on Gaia and things like that. So that's another theory that's floating out there.
I mean, these are big studies. These are very big studies that people are doing. And that's why I wanted to make, our videos, and Frankie did the cutest little video about being abducted. I wanted to make it fun for that reason. We wanted to kind of bring light to it and not make it so serious, because we've always thought of aliens and all of that as to be so scary. And I mean, I'm sure I would pee my pants if something happened today, but I'm just saying, I don't think it's as scary as what's been presented throughout the years. So yeah, especially knowing that indigenous connection. So
I did a little history on the Native American, because when I was travel nursing before I got to Sierra Vista, I was up in Page, Arizona. And I was working on the reservations as a correctional nurse. I worked there, and in Parker on the reservations. And so when I was up in Page, it's absolutely beautiful. I was there for 3 months. It's very isolated, but a lot of tourists come because you have Lake Powell, you have Horseshoe Bend, all of that. But it is Navajo reservation, and it's 90% native when you're up there, other than the tourists who come from all over the world to sightsee. And so I worked with a lot of the Native people in the jail. And it was so funny. I was sitting outside of my RV watching my computer. I had Netflix on, and there was the Unsolved Mystery show that came on that night. It was about the area I was staying at. It was called Paranormal Rangers, and it was about UFO reportings, and they interviewed these Native people. It was about Bigfoot sightings, skinwalkers. It was I'm getting goosebumps. Great episode. It's still on Unsolved Mysteries if you want to watch this. And so I went into work the next day, and I asked the elders, they call them, the older natives. They don't really want to speak. At least my experience was they weren't very open to speak with the white people, or me. But the younger Native girls, and a lot of the younger guards were young women, were very open. So I came in and I said, can I ask you guys a question? They were in the cage. And I said, have you seen this show that was on Unsolved Mysteries? And they're like, no. And so they sat in the cage and watched it. I don't want to get them in trouble, but they watched it. And afterwards I said, can I ask you, is like what they portrayed there true? And they said, yes. And they told me all kinds of personal, really cool stories. But they keep it very close to the chest. And they said they've seen UFOs and aliens for years, right? So that's not untraditional. And they said, in my research, it said several Native traditions, including stories of star people, like you said, or sky people, they call them. Those beings are sometimes described as teachers, guides, or ancestors. And many Native elders view these stories as spiritual teachings rather than extraterrestrial evidence. Okay. So modern UFO research often interprets the stories very different than they do as you described in the native culture. So with all respect to the native culture, that's just what I found out. But it was very interesting to see that they were very comfortable being out, you know, in the desert alone, which is where most of the sightings of abductions and things tend to happen. And they weren't really scared. They didn't appeared scared at all. They had seen it for years, they made it seem like. So I think it's more of that fear of the unknown, right? What you don't know. Which brings us to Kendra. What were you going to talk to us about? The missing? Weren't some people weird? I have a whole bunch on abductions and stuff too, which I think is a whole nother topic. But Kendra was saying about things coming out with the government and people being missing or something.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
Is she still with us, or did we lose her again?
We might have lost her, but yeah, there's been
there
she is. Okay, the scientists.
I think there's 12 or 13. They actually just found one of the ladies.
You're cutting out, Kendra.
You're cutting in and out.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, try it again.
That sounds better.
Okay, we'll try.
Okay, there you go.
So there was a mom who wandered off, and she, they found her body. They found skeletal remains of her body with a gunshot wound and a gun near her, as if it was supposed to look like suicide or something. But I don't really know because I didn't read too much about it. I'm just saying that 12 missing scientists, all studying either like anti-gravity material, nuclear research, or other planets and beings seems awful coincidental to me. Now, it could be all coincidence, but maybe it's not. I'm just saying the FBI is looking into it because there's too many scientists missing with similar backgrounds. So
are they trying to prevent mass hysteria or something by there actually being interdimensional beings?
Well, that's always been my theory.
I mean, are they just worried about, because I mean, well, people don't even believe in the spirituality thing and the whole woo-woo thing unless you've experienced it yourself. So I can understand being very I mean, we're analytical beings. We want to know, we want to have proof, we want to know more, but there is a lot of proof out there. And I've also, word on the street, but don't quote me, there's some connections with some of the ADHD and highly intelligent beings. Mm-hmm. So some of our intelligence may be because and these beings have a hard time, ADHD, they have a hard time adjusting. It does not mean they should not go get help or learn how to adjust here, because it's obviously hard, but maybe they're not so different. Maybe they're the ones who have that connection. They just can't, they have to slow down enough to be here. And could you imagine? I mean, a lot of the ADHD people, they are able to connect spiritually a lot better because we have all our tabs open all the time. And that's how spirituality, when you're talking to your spirit team, you've got a bunch of tabs opening coming in. So totally get it.
That reminds me of when I listened to the telepathy tapes, and the nonverbal students, or not students, the nonverbal children were telling stories about other children that they've never met before.
And their place where they meet and how they communicate. Mind to mind. Telepathy is I mean, that's just how they do it.
And that's what Frankie started it. Yeah. Which is why can't we do that? Why, like, and there's a YouTube video a friend of mine sent me a long time ago called Starlight. I think it's called Starlight, and it's about all of these birds who energetically communicate, and I want to say it's hundreds of birds, and they land together. But I've watched the birds on my back porch, for crying out loud, and they communicate telepathically. Like, they don't always open their mouths, but they're communicating.
But they just know. So it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
No. So if you're listening to the show right now live or even on the podcast, comment and let us know, do you believe in intelligent life existing beyond Earth? And have you ever seen something in the sky, or do you know anyone who's been abducted? I would be interested to hear. So please comment if you have any of those experiences. We would love to comment more and have more things to discuss with you. Natalie is, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, my sister had some missing time back in the 80s. I don't know if you remember that there was a lot of people who were experiencing missing time, and my sister experienced missing time and when she was 18 or 19 years old. And I 100% believe it affected some things in her life and her kids' lives. So, yeah.
There was a movie on that.
So I'd love to
hear
movie.
Other
people. Yeah.
What was that movie called?
I know.
They did? It was based in Arizona. I can't remember what it's called, but it's an
yeah. So I'm gonna say something for Kendra, because she's only hearing every few words and so forth, and she wanted to convey this. She says the big thing she wanted to add was something I had touched on, which is to say that we aren't the beings called aliens. It can go really deep, but the point is, we don't know what we don't know, which is true. Yeah. We don't know, and we shouldn't make the same mistake of assuming that there isn't anything out there. And if there was something out there, we shouldn't assume it's evil. Okay, right. Still, everything. And it's all coming from God or source or universe, whatever you call it for yourself. We have no idea how many different kinds of intelligent life there could be. And something I want to point out too, and just explain, and I never thought about it, because I'm going to give you the context that it comes in. For me, television, and it's not to say it's not this way for everybody else. It's for enjoyment. But you have some people that watch a movie, for example, and they are talking through the movie because they're analyzing it. They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to tell you the ending before it happens, all that kind of stuff. I don't go to movies with those people.
Right.
Then I like to watch it and leave my mind totally open. I will speculate a little bit, but I like to let it unfold. And I like to be pleasantly surprised. Now, that being said, when I went to one of the classes, and I at Camp Chesterfield, and I can't think of the name of the book, and I will get it for the next podcast, perhaps. But they were talking about all the messages that we receive in the programming, and we know that certain ads are targeting certain groups of people, certain shows are targeting certain demographics. I understand all that, but I'm talking about there are some things that truly are within the programming that that I believe they're gently trying to say, okay, think about this way, and get us shifted so that we're ready, so that as they are unveiling stuff now and declassifying stuff that they feel is safe to go ahead, because we're discovering these things, and the shows are catching up, and the scientists are catching up, and all this kind of stuff, that they don't have a choice but to reveal that the shows were there. And he pointed out this one show that had all these different endings. So it started out with this little boy on the pier, on the train station, at the platform. Thank you. That's the word, platform. And at first it shows he's with his mom, and dad's going to get on the train. And it's like, okay, are you going to get on the train, go with your dad, or are you going to stay with me? So he gets on the train, goes with his dad. It talks about it shows all of that. Then he backs up, and then it's like, okay, now you're seeing what it would look like staying with mom. Dad still leaves on the train, backs up. So it's all of our choices and what we think we might want to do because that's what we want to know. What if I'd have made this choice? How would my life be different? Right? Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry was way ahead of his time. I'm sorry, he revolutionary.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the stuff that we didn't think when you watch the original Star Trek. Okay, flip phone, the tricorder and all that kind of stuff. Look at where we are at now with technology. So I don't know where I was going with that now, but anyway, take it for what it's worth.
The Jets. If you think of the Jetson cartoon, like a lot of that stuff.
I love the Jetsons.
Me too.
I love the Jetsons, and the flying cars are coming.
Yeah, and now we all have a Rosie in our house.
That's right.
Most of us have a Rosie.
We all have a Rosie. Yeah. That's crazy.
Documented our floors.
Well, and people started, I mean, when they talk about alien abductions or aliens coming down or being seen, when they actually have researched some of it, some of the people that channel have said, well, the reason they come down here is they promised some of the star people that incarnated on Earth that they would come and check on them. And that's simply what it is, not to abduct anybody, not to scare anybody, but they made that promise, hey, you're coming to Earth to incarnate, to help, the collective consciousness, to heal, to show that we're all one. And we're going to come check on you because you're going to kind of be somewhat erased, not understanding why you're here. It's going to come. And that's where some of that spiritual awakening comes in. But they're just coming to check on their star people. That's it.
And they say, could the encounters be interdimensional rather than extraterrestrial too?
Right.
Yeah. So many things to consider there. But I think Bashar, that guy that I've been sending you guys videos of, he just did one I watched this afternoon, and he went into his channeling state, and the being said, it was something about like everything I've been seeing lately. Netflix has all these new UFO alien documentaries and things they're releasing. But he was saying, someone asked the question, well, are we going to have like a giant war, nuclear war that erases the whole Earth? And he said that they're not going to allow that. He said, and if you've noticed in one of the documentaries recently I was watching, said that when they did put some codes in and stuff, a bunch of UFOs were seen over the missile asylum, and they scrambled the codes so that they couldn't. He said, so they're not going to allow us to explode the planet and destroy it. He's like,
because it would affect other dimensions. And that's when they'll stop it. So and so interesting.
I was like, wow, like it makes sense now when he says that. But he says, because this is a place where people want to be incarnated, like it's one of the most challenging places. I've been seeing a lot of the most challenging places that you may choose to come to be incarnated. If you believe that, I truly believe our soul lives on and you are incarnated in different ways, or maybe you stay as a spirit, but you live on. And he said a lot of times we pick to come here and we pick what's going to happen. And it's hard to believe that, right? Because some of our lives have been very challenging and full of ups and downs. Why would we pick that? There's times I go, why in the world would I don't ever want to come back here?
What was I thinking? Why did
I want,
much.
But it is. So when you think of it that way,
it's a hard school.
It's a hard school, but the reason why a lot of people come here or beings or whatever, it's one of the only planets that you have free will. It's one of the only planets that you can make some of the choices while you're here. You may have a plan, like Frankie just said. Okay, what was I thinking? I had a panel in front of me and I still chose this. But it's one of the free wills. So if you decide not to have children here, there is no backlash. You just decide not to have children. When you were supposed to have 10, okay, it'll happen for those beings.
So it's very interesting. And I would love to speak more with someone who has been abducted, like why does it happen in the desert more? Why, there's all these questions about things. What happens when you don't remember? What about the people who say they do remember, like if you remember or you've had an experience, please comment. We would love to hear more about it. So there's just so much, to talk about with this. And I think there's still so much we don't know about, right? Mm-hmm. And that maybe the government knows and we don't even know all the things. We're just starting to see things, but like I think you can't deny we can't be the only intelligent life form out here, right? We just can't.
Well, the other thing too is and we're doing that. That was our goal, or is our goal, because we're not done yet, but is to create a safe space. But even looking at the telepathy tapes and how long they've been trying to create a safe space for each of those families, it is very difficult. People that do not understand,
they don't believe
are
it,
going to hate on it. It does not matter what minority group you're in. It's hard. So if individuals, I know these individuals feel like that it would be beneficial for people to understand a little bit more, but I think we as a society have a ways to go to get people comfortable to where they can talk about it safely.
Yes. No,
that's unfortunate, but
yeah.
We talk a lot about in the life coaching about like if everything came from a place of love rather than fear. And I was just saying the other day, I said, like, you drive around and how come, and I was raised Catholic, like, how come everything in the church is fear-based? How come, you see these symbolisms that are fear-based? Everything is like, I drive by a sign, are you going to heaven or hell? And I'm like, gosh, like, where is the love? If we're here to love instead of being fearful, we approach everything with love. There's nothing to really be afraid of, right?
Right.
And if we could, just be positive, encouraging, but it's so easy for the masses or the peers to turn. I mean, look at the wars and all the things history repeatedly says. If you don't go along with the majority, they will all turn on you. And so I can see where it would be fearful. It's very sad to me to say that or think of things that way, but like it would just be so much, I don't know, it would be a perfect world if we could just all be open-minded enough to love, come from a place of love, to respect each other and respect our differences, right? And it just would be.
It starts just with one person at a time.
One person at it. Well, look at the kids coming in. Some of the kids, I know Kendra and I follow this mother and her son, and I know there's another mother and daughter, but he knows what kind of starseed he is. I think he's a blue avian or something like that. And the love from this little boy and the backlash the mama gets on how she's, disturbed and how could you do this to your child, where she's letting her child, he knows who he is. He knows what things mean. And the way he describes stuff is so simple. It's like, why didn't I think of that? But they're coming in, they know things. It's amazing. Yeah. And the love, like you said, the love,
I think the non-gender stereotypes, I think that just accepting each other, when you go to the pride parades and stuff, it's like everybody's there just accepting each other. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what if you're wearing, a boy or a girl. And my 20-year-old, it's like they let me have it if I say something the wrong way, and I have to really think and go, God, this is like so open-minded of these young kids to be so accepting of everything, in a way that we are still in my mature age trying to let go of that old patriarchal, this is the way things are done, so black and white, not to downplay anybody's beliefs, but just to be like, what if we could just be loving and open and accepting of everybody, regardless of.
And that goes both ways. That goes both ways. Because sometimes correcting somebody who doesn't understand can get a little outrageous as well when we're trying to understand. So
definitely. So any other comments on this topic, or no? If you liked what we talked about, comment below. We'd be happy to hear more of your opinions. If you know of someone who actually wants to share a story, we would love to interview them or have them on the show.
Did we do the?
No, we're going to do that next.
I also, just for Moira, she said that she feels very connected to Earth. And
to Earth.
I also, as I was looking at different things, I ran across something called Earth Seeds. I didn't really grasp it. They just feel more connected to Earth, and they're happy in nature, which I think all of us are happy in nature, but nevertheless, there's another seed out there, Earth seed. We can look into.
Danelle, that'll be my goal, is to figure out where I
originated. Well, it
yeah,
may not be originated.
So that when we are doing energy healing together.
You've been several planets, let me tell you that. You've been to several areas, because we just go into some vast, weird, crazy place. I'm like, can you pick like a cave or something?
I think Kendra has the affirmation. Kendra, can you tell us the affirmation, or do you want me to read it?
I will try, but if I break out, please take over for me.
Yes.
So remember, we're not saying this out loud, but it is for the month of June and kind of aligned with what we're doing here. So I'm going to repeat it twice just because it's a little bit long. So as June unfolds, I align with its celestial rhythm, trusting the stars to illuminate my next expansion. So I'll read it one more time. As June unfolds, I align with its celestial rhythm, stars to illuminate my next expansion.
I like that. I like the expansion part. Nice. Okay. Thank you, Kendra. All right, Miss Natalie.
Yeah, the stone this
so
month.
Let me get you on the big screen. Hold on.
Hi. Okay, so I chose black tourmaline as the stone for today, and I think everybody has one. And you'll see. I don't know if you can see the striations in the stone, and that's really good for. It enhances energy flow, making it an excellent stone for healing, energy enhancement, and removal of blockages. And there's different colors of tourmaline. So I'm talking about black tourmaline today. There's also blue and brown and some other colors too. But pink. What's really interesting, pink, okay. And what's interesting about this stone is it protects against cell phone, the electromagnetic smog, radiation, psychic attack, spells, ill wishes, and negative energies of all kind. It's connected to the base chakra, and it grounds energy, increasing physical vitality and dispersing tension and stress. It helps clear negative thoughts, and it'll help stop that negative swirling that your brain does. It encourages a positive attitude no matter what the circumstances are. When you use the stone for healing, if you have the pointed side away from your body, it helps remove all the negative energy out of your body.
That's a nice big one.
It defends against, what's that?
That's such a nice big stone.
I know. I got this at the rock shop, A to Z rock shop. I got a bunch of them. It helps with debilitating diseases. It strengthens your immune system. And I found this fascinating as an educator. It helps treat dyslexia, arthritis, and it relieves pain, and it helps with your spinal column. You can wear it around your neck. You place it between yourself and the source of electromagnetic, so all of our electronics that we're using. So it'll help keep that away from our bodies too. And I think I'm going to have one of these in my classroom if it helps with dyslexia. That was pretty cool for me to find out. So do you want to show everyone your stone?
Yeah. Shannon, you have one?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. Like it. All right. And now let me see if I can get your stone up there. Maybe. Here. There we go. Nice. Okay.
Frankie, what about yours?
I got my stone here. All right. Natalie, gonna lead us on a little healing today?
Yeah, sure.
All right, if you're a healer, join in, grab a stone. It doesn't have to be tourmaline. And we're going to send some healing energy. To who? To all the planets. Natalie, who are we sending this healing energy to?
I always start with you and then us and then our community and just go out and out and out. And I think since we're using this black tourmaline, it's to expel negative energy, help with negative thoughts. And let's just send positivity to the world, starting with yourself and to the universe, and just expand. So as we're healing and everybody's using the stone, and it's just imagine it rippling, dispersing negativity from us, rippling out into our communities, into our states and our country and our world. And as it ripples out into the universe, just bringing more positivity and love to every soul, every source.
Beautiful.
And thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. We needed that. Perfect way to ground us back to earth here, right? So
that's right.
Okay, so next time, if you haven't seen our inner circle edition, we've been taping an additional episode. So check that out. It is uploaded in all the podcasts now. It's on the app. You can also check it out on our YouTube channel. If you like, subscribe, please. We're looking to get 30 more YouTube subscribers so we can make 300. Please support. Ask your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel. A Little Bit of Kindness is the name, with the little purple tree of life. We are going to be talking in the Inner Circle edition next about spirit guides. So if you have a spirit guide, you've connected with your spirit guide or guides, we're going to be talking about that. So look for the next edition at the end of the month of the Inner Circle edition. As always, thank you so much for joining us on the Spirit Tribe Tea Talk. We love you. And leave your comments below. We will definitely check them and get back. And if you get abducted, we want to know about it. Thank you, and have a good night, everyone.
And sprinkle a little
kindness.
Kindness. Thanks, ladies.